As for how do they confirm your identity for security purposes and maintain the integrity of the LSAT Flex, they, first of all, they have a live proctor at some point during your exam. They also monitor you with a webcam and a microphone, and they record all of that. And additionally, they have the ability to look back at that later, and they use AI to monitor your eye movements and track them to see if you're doing anything suspicious, like looking away from the screen for too long. And that could raise a red flag if you do that too much. Then they would have a human review that to make sure you weren't doing anything inappropriate and looking at other things that you shouldn't be looking at and such. And they'll also presumably have you scan the room with your webcam to make sure that everything is clean in your environment and you don't have any books or anything else that you shouldn't really have. But I certainly understand the desire to, or at least the question regarding test security when you're doing it at home. But at the same time, even if the LSAT were open book, given the severe time constraint, I'm not sure how useful that would really be. Just like law school exams also being open book, it's nice to be able to refer to things, but if you have that time crunch, how quickly can you scan for whatever might be useful to you? And the LSAT is not a memorization exam. There's not really that much to refer to anyway. It's really more, can you interpret this argument in the moment? Typically an argument that you've never seen before. Obviously, there's a lot of pattern recognition on the exam where things repeat, but at the same time, each argument, with very few exceptions, would be totally unique, and you wouldn't have seen it before, or a game would be totally unique. You haven't seen that before, most likely. And so how can you refer to anything previous that you would have had saved up or in the bank, so to speak, or a book to look at? It simply wouldn't be useful. The biggest help would be to have someone like me by your side working through the exam with you. And obviously with the webcam, they're not going to be allowing that. By the way, they also have you hold up your government issued ID to the camera to confirm that it's really you. And that would be a way for them to ensure that no one else is taking the exam for you and that no one else is in the room while you're working on it. And so you want to make sure, of course, that no one's going to interrupt you for those 2 hours. No roommate, family, significant other, pets, everyone's going to steer clear of that room for the duration of the exam. And by the way, speaking of pets, they are actually okay with you having a pet with you during the exam. And they even have a funny GIF on their website of ProctorU showing someone with a pet at the computer. Obviously, the pet's not helping you. Speaking of cheating, though, there has been a story I came across online where somebody apparently attached a bunch of Post-its to their dog and was trying to cheat in that way. Obviously, that got caught if it was on camera in some way. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.